Black Metal Hails. To be honest, this band couldn't be figured out where it's from unless you knew. I mean, talking about the music, talking about the style, production, everything that pretty much puts this on the map in the Nordic countries. However, this band is actually from Chile, and even though it should be kind of a should be kind of a Latin American thing, this is very much like going back to the 90s Nordic countries, especially Norway and Sweden. So what we have here is Gates of Tyrant with the debut album called Vortex Towards Death. So here we have the booklet. Obviously we have the backside of the CD with its track list, roughly some 30 minutes and then some. Then we have obviously the CD. Let's take a look at this booklet also, featuring genitalia. Oops. Let's get censored. Inside you will find lyrics, of course, a little bit imagery. This kind of a temple, which reminds me so much of 1990s Burzum cover art, both good and bad. And that's pretty much of it. Let's take a look at the band's websites, mainly Metal Archives and Bandcamp. Here you have, on the Bandcamp site, you have pretty much the cover image, even bigger version. See it? With skulls and all that stuff. You can pretty much listen to it with the digital files and all, or even buy it for $7. With the Metal Archive site, you can see how the discography is rather short. Technically, just one demo, one single, and then all the way to full-length album. One might question at this point, was it a smart move to do the full-length album just after one demo and one single? Well, with most bands, it wouldn't be a smart move, but I guess Gates of Tyrant is very, very ready to do it because, to be honest, this album is actually quite nice to listen to. It's not exactly mind-blowing, not the quite original one, but definitely what is going on here is kind of a melodic and fast-tempo black metal in the Nordic style, which is very much taking me back to especially the Swedish style, and as such, really can't complain. Now, would this be an A-class release if this had been released in 1993? Maybe it would be, at least very close. But let's be honest about it, after hundreds and hundreds of CDs and LPs and whatever being released after those more than 20 decades, 22 decades, 20 years, more than 20 years, it's kind of a given that because of lots of albums have been put out, it has affected how picky we are and how much we start comparing these to other bands. Now, by no means, it's nothing away from these guys, but let's be honest about it. Once you have heard, I don't know, a couple of dozens of certain style, then you start comparing other albums from the same genre to the ones that you heard before. And as such, well, this really brings to the very essence of the problem, or problem with quotation marks, because to be honest, I don't mind if the band is not original as long as the music is good. And to be honest, that's what's mostly going here. Now, the only minor flaw I would say with this is that it's not really that memorable. It's not that catchy. While these melodies are nice and while the bass is doing something of its own rather than just following the guitar riffs blindly, nothing really here sticks that well. Now, some people might be, you should be going for the mainstream if you want catchy black metal. But let's be honest, good riffs and with good bands is what makes those good bands in the first place. I mean, you have good riffs, you have good melodies, or whatever good you have to have. And that's what really sticks and separates the good from the great. All that being said, this is enjoyable and I think you should keep giving it a chance, even though it's not the most blowing album of the year. But really, can't complain. So it's been out already a few months, so should be available at your local distro or maybe some other places. Give it a shot with the Bandcamp links below, provided in the description box. And there you have it. Should you have any comments or questions, I will get back to you if you leave the message in the comment box below. See you soon. Bye bye.